Hello everybody and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, February 26, 2025, and we'll be giving you all the first appearance in your comic shops today. Now this week we got a super light week for you guys. I don't think we have any first appearances and only 4 honorable mentions. So very light week, probably one of the lightest weeks I remember in a very long time. There's still some books in there worth considering for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week ending February 28th, 2025. First up from DC Comics, Detective Comics number 1094. In this issue, the identity of Asima is revealed. Now, like we always mention with these identity reveal issues, the character has to be popular or important in the overall DC universe, or at least the Batman universe, for people to actually care about this identity reveal to begin with. If this character isn't popular or doesn't have any great importance, then this issue can probably be skipped. But if this character hits a big screen or small screen project, gets a lot more eyes on it, becomes popular in the future, then people will definitely care about the identity reveal issue. So this one here, definitely going to be speculative if you choose to pick it up. For $3 or $4, maybe worth picking up the spec. Like I said, these DC comics, they really have to rely on great storytelling and word of mouth to get a lot more fans and collectors to be interested in these series. They don't really have the cinematic power that Marvel Disney has, so to get a lot of these characters on the screen, get more people interested in them, get a lot more eyes on them, it's a lot tougher for them to do that successfully. So like I said, they do have to rely on word of mouth and good storytelling to get those characters out there. So this one here is definitely going to be speculative, but like I said, $3 or $4, maybe worth the spec. Grab this here for a spec if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list and take a look at it later on. Next up for Marvel Comics, Red Hulk number 1. This issue introduces the Think Tank. Now, that's not a first appearance of the Think Tank, that's the introduction of the Think Tank, so I'm not sure if this is a character or an organization. This here is also the premiere issue of this Red Hulk title series. Since you have the new Captain America film in the theaters right now, featuring Red Hulk, this one here may have a little popularity just due to the film release, but I really don't know how important this Red Hulk number 1 issue is going to be in the future. This think tank that's being introduced in this particular issue, if that's not a big deal to the Marvel Universe, or at least through this Hulk franchise, then this one here may not be that big a deal. Like I said, there may be more interest in it right now just due to the Captain America movie in theaters, but only time will tell if people still care about this Red Hulk number 1 premiere issue in the future. So this one here will be speculative if you choose to pick it up. In my opinion, these premiere issues of new series are the issues that introduce new characters, or introduce new concepts or organizations or costumes or powers. These books are typically always worth picking up. For $3 or $4, you definitely don't want to miss out on these. So this here will be speculative, but like I said, $3 or $4 may be worth the spec. Grab this for a spec if you can. Can't, put in your B-list and take a look at it later on. Next up from Marvel Comics, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker number 1. Now, the solicitation didn't state that this here is the comic book adaptation of the feature film, or a different take on that particular story, or just a continuation of the story of The Rise of Skywalker. So the reason we put this here on the list, because if this is indeed the comic book adaptation of the feature film, these books are typically heavily collected and popular later on. It seems like all these Star Wars feature films, any of the comic book adaptations of those feature films, incredibly collectible, fans and collectors love them, and they do tend to trade for a premium in the future. This here is, of course, The Rise of Skywalker. This is not one of the more popular Star Wars movies, but it may be because of that, a lot of people don't pick this particular issue up. There's a lot fewer of them out there in the future. So in the future, when the collectors and fans do want this issue, there's not going to be a lot of them out there. You definitely want to be one of the few people holding this book at the cover price. So this one here is definitely going to be speculative, because you are speculating on this being important in future, and kind of continuing along the historical performance of these books. Like I said, these comic book adaptations of the feature films typically do pretty well as time goes on. So in my opinion, this is a great pickup. If you can, grab this here for your collection. And finally from Dark Horse, Jump Scare number 1. From the co-creator of The Sixth Gun in Harrow County comes a new action horror superhero event. In a world rife with crime, horror, and bloodshed, Jump Scare is the hero we deserve. Strong, fast, violent, and able to conjure any weapon from any horror movie she's ever seen, Jump Scare hacks her way through ne'er-do-wells and monsters alike. Not only is she the bloodiest hero of Empire City, she is the most popular. No wonder her enemies want her dead. Now, we put this on the list because this sounds like it can easily lend itself to a small screen, big screen project, and Dark Horse has had a lot of their titles picked up in option in the past. And like we always remind you guys, these don't actually have to make it to the screen. As long as they're option, that's enough to drive the price in the secondary market. The fact that this here is an action horror superhero story definitely increases the potential for this particular issue to be option. Now this will be speculative if you choose to pick it up, because you are specking on this getting option, getting a lot more eyes on this title, and having collectors and fans race back to the secondary market trying to find this book if it does get option. Like I said, this will be speculative, but in my opinion, this is a great spec. Grab this here for a spec if you can. If you can't, put in your B-list and take a look at it later on. So there you have the 4 titles we have for you guys this week. Very short week, but definitely some books in there worth considering for your collection. Please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.